Welcome, everybody, to the first ever episode of Tin Roof Sports. Hats, shirts, everything. Tonight's episode, we're doing the first episode tonight. We're kicking it off with the NFL draft. It's the funnest night of the year for a lot of sports fans. It's going to be a great night. We are sponsored by TWINSPIRES horse racing app. The link is in the bio. Remember, guys, this weekend is the Kentucky Derby. Smash those bets, get that free $50 bonus just by signing up and clicking the link. On to the draft. We all know first pick, the Jaguars. Overall, number one is going Trevor Lawrence. Number two is my man's team right here, New York Jets. Who are they going with?
Oh, it's pretty plain and simple, man. They're going to go with Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson is the guy that they want. I think he brings a little bit of Patrick Mahomes type of style of football, and he's got a little Kyler Murray in him too. So I think that's what a lot of teams are looking for. I think Justin Fields and Trey Lance also have similar capabilities and skill sets as well. So I think Zach Wilson will be the pick, but I still think Trey Lance and Justin Fields are two guys that they'll look at as well.
Understandable. So if, say they went with Trey Lance, what would your first reaction be to that pick?
I wouldn't be mad because I think that his ceiling is probably the highest of anyone in the draft. I think his ceiling is similar to Josh Allen when he came out of college. Everyone was like, he's the guy that could be the biggest star, but he also could be a bust because he played at Wyoming, which wasn't a big school, and he had a huge arm, but his accuracy was iffy. But he had the mobility and he had the size. So I think, Zach Wilson, he has that newer style of football. So he would be the guy, but Trey Lance, his potential and his ceiling has got to be the highest out of anyone.
Yeah, I totally agree. Zach Wilson is the reason I would take him over Trey Lance is he played in not a great conference, but a little bit better than what he played in. And he had 33 touchdowns, 3 picks last year.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, Trey Lance had 28. With rushing, he had 42 touchdowns and no turnovers, which is unheard of about anything. But 33-3 for Brigham Young University is still outstanding. The kid's athleticism is – it seems like he's got the it factor that a lot of people – you just can't teach a coach.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people say he's a lot like Tom Brady and like he loves to do new stuff every year. He's working on something different to try to bring to the table. And I think going in the NFL, you see guys like Rodgers and Brady and Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. They all have that mindset where they could go up to the line and see something and change the play. And some guys don't have that capability. They can have all the skills, but if you don't have the brains to run that position, you can't do it. And I think that's the hardest part. Like Michael Vick was one of the most phenomenal athletes, and he just didn't have, that brain to really run the offense the way that, his teams needed. And that's why, he wasn't as probably great of a player as he should have been because he's the guy who actually bridged the gap for all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Like you said, his ability to read a defense at the college level is great. But right now, the only quarterback I do see in the draft that can have the potential to be Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, even Russell Wilson is Trevor Lawrence. He played at such a high level at the pinnacle of the SEC.
Yeah.
So right now, we already discussed that he's 100% going first. Now, the news that broke today with Aaron Rodgers not wanting to play for the Packers anymore. All right, everybody knows me knows I'm a Packers fan. Aaron Rodgers till the day I die. But let's be honest here. The Packers have done absolutely nothing year in and year out of what he has wanted to do. Last year, first round, draft a quarterback. Second round, draft a running back, A.J. Dillon. You draft A.J. Dillon in the second round just to sign Aaron Jones to a 4-year, $48 million deal the next year after that. When you just drafted a running back that's got thighs like Derrick Henry.
Yeah, well, that was like last year. We were talking about who was it? Justin Jefferson was a guy we brought up. Denzel Mims, a couple of those receivers in the late first round. We're like, Green Bay is going to pick one of those guys. Put him, Devontae Adams with Jones. That's going to be
even Henry Ruggs.
Oh yeah. And they had that opportunity, and then in that late round of the first round, in that late pick, to get a solid wide receiver to go with Devontae Adams. Because no matter how great a receiver you have, you got to have the second guy. You know what I'm saying? To 100%. Make him more dangerous and to make the running back more dangerous. And they went and got the quarterback, and now look what happened. Now they're in a big, huge dispute with Aaron Rodgers, and he don't want to play no more. So I think they should have won a different player last year. And I think maybe the second to last year or the last year of Aaron Rodgers' contract, when he was like 39 or 40, is when they should have went after a quarterback.
Yeah, I completely understand. So let's pick 3 is an interesting pick this year in the draft. A lot of people are saying Mac Jones. You were telling me before we got live you like Trey Lance much better than Mac Jones.
Yeah, I do. And the reason why I say that I like Trey Lance more than Mac Jones is because the same coaches that are on the Jets used to be the offensive coordinator, the LaFleur's brother.
Yeah,
he used to be
Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, he used to be a passing game coordinator for the 49ers. So I think that if he likes a quarterback for the Jets, that the 49ers are going to like somebody similar. And the guy that's most similar to Zach Wilson is Trey Lance. I think that Justin Fields, as much as people talk about his running, he's a lot like Russell Wilson, where, yeah, he could run, but he's really a good passer. That's, something.
Yeah, that's very important.
But I think Trey Lance is similar to Zach Wilson, and because the 49ers coaching staff and the Jets coaching staff come from the same coaching tree of Shanahan, I think that they're going to go for the similar quarterback, and that's Trey Lance.
Yeah. A lot of the guys are going with Mac Jones because of it's Alabama. It's Alabama. You started 3 years Alabama, two or 3 years Alabama. You put up decent numbers. Lost the national championship twice, I believe. But it's Alabama. And if Nick Saban gives you the stamp of approval, chances are you're a decent quarterback.
Yeah. I like Mac Jones, but I always get scared with a lot of the Alabama quarterbacks because, they play with such great offensive linemen and great receivers and running backs. It's almost like if you put, these other 4 or 5 top quarterbacks, like just for instance, you put Trey Lance or Zach Wilson instead of playing for San Diego State and BYU, if they play for Alabama, are they going to do even more?
Yeah.
Because they got better talent around them. And I think Mac Jones will be good. I think he'll be a little more than serviceable, but I don't see him having the elite, 8 or 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of AJ McCarron too.
Yeah,
where he'll be there. He'll make a living in the NFL, but he doesn't have that factor. He's not great at anything.
Yeah,
he doesn't read the field great. He doesn't have the best arm talent. He's just serviceable everything. So if you put a serviceable guy on an insanely amazing Alabama roster, you're still going to be in the national championship every year.
Yeah.
With a coach like Nick Saban and the defensive coaches they have, and all the offensive linemen that get drafted first round Alabama, all of the defensive backs, all them guys that get drafted first round Alabama, quarterback.
Yeah. I think if he was to ever reach his ceiling of his potential and be the best he could be, it'd be similar to maybe like a Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That'd be his type of ceiling. He wouldn't go any higher than that, at his best, because he doesn't have that skill set to put him above everybody.
Exactly.
But he could be very good. I mean, Kirk Cousins, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but he had a whole bunch of touchdowns and, like a 7 or 8 interceptions that year. So it was like 30-8 or something like that. And, that in the NFL is important because turnovers are something a lot of people, consider when they see all these quarterbacks. That's why Aaron Rodgers is so elite. because he doesn't turn the ball over. Tom Brady, a few other guys, they don't turn the ball over much. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, these aren't guys you see in having 15, 20 interceptions. They're usually guys that are between like 7 and 12 every year.
Yeah, I understand. So I got another quarterback that I actually think could sneak into the top 4. He could jump over maybe Mac Jones or something. Kyle Trask from Florida. I think he played very well down the stretch. He played hurt. I feel like he has the, what's the word I want to use? He has the desire to win. And I feel like Tebow had that at Florida. I feel like just a desire to do whatever it takes to win. Nowadays, seems like a lot of people are soft, and I don't feel like he's in that category. I feel like he will do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has that over mostly all the quarterbacks.
Yeah. And you know what? That's kind of almost like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You
know what I mean? Exactly. He's got that type of mindset where he's not going to say no to you. He's not going to just let you intimidate him or bully him on the field. He's one of those quarterbacks that he's a little above average because he works harder than everybody. If he didn't work that hard, he'd be a below average player.
Yep.
And I think that'll be the same thing with Kyle Trask. If he keeps that mindset, he could be that guy that could start at certain points of his career, or if a guy gets injured, he's the guy the teams are trying to, make a trade for. If he's somebody's backup, you know what I mean?
So who do you think, we're getting close here to the start of the draft, but who do you think is going to be the first team to trade up or down in the first round, first 10 picks or so? Who do you think's most willing or likely to trade?
I think that if a trade was to happen, I believe at 5 or 7, I could see the Patriots trying to trade up to 5 or 7. If 3 or 4 quarterbacks go in the first 3 or 4 picks, like the first 3 or 4 picks are quarterback, I could see the Patriots trading up and 5 quarterbacks go in the top 5. I mean, I think the top 3 picks are already solidified to be quarterbacks, which is pretty crazy. So, I mean, I see at least at 5, the Bengals, I mean, they don't need a quarterback. So if they wanted to get a king's ransom, maybe, a first-round pick next year and maybe a second and a first this year, they might be able to do that with the Patriots if they want Mac Jones.
That's what I was thinking. If they think the risk of, because a lot of people are saying that Cincinnati's going to go for an offensive line. And Penei Sewell's the best offensive lineman in the draft. It's been said all around. Everyone's been hearing it. If they feel there's a guy close to Penei Sewell, maybe they'll jump back to 15 if they think they can get him.
Yeah.
And then they'll get 15, and they'll get maybe another 3rd-round pick this year or something in that aspect. But
I think Sewell is definitely the most talented of the offensive linemen, dominant-wise. But I think Slater could be real nasty, too.
Yeah.
Sean Slater. I think when you talk about like that guy that's dirty on the football field, really hitting people and blocking for his team, that's the guy that players on the team are going to want to play with the most.
Yeah.
So I think that if you were the Bengals, I think, Slater could be in there between 11 and 15. So if you're to trade back, to 15 with the Patriots, you have a good chance. You know what I mean? But I still see the Bengals holding on, honestly, to their pick. But I see them as the team most likely to trade their pick, just because when you need an offensive lineman, you usually could get, 3 or 4 guys available in the top 15. So
yeah, I completely understand. I completely agree. So the Detroit Lions have the 7th pick, and the Detroit Lions' most needs are O-line, wide receiver. Got rid of Kenny Galladay. I don't see them trading. I think they really either, if Jamar Chase is there, they're going Jamar Chase, obviously. The Bengals don't really need a receiver. They really need an O-lineman for sure. Who do you think is the first wide receiver taken this year?
I still think it's going to be Jamar Chase. I think the Dolphins are going to grab him at 5 or 6. It is 6. The Dolphins have 6. I think they're going to get him at 6. But I still think Devonta Smith has an opportunity to be the best receiver still. I still like his upside more. He's that guy that loves football, like, kind of like DeAndre Hopkins. Like, he just likes getting hit. He likes making crazy catches. He just likes to be on the field. Where Jamar Chase, he's more that diva superstar type of big playmaker type of guy. You know what I mean?
And all anybody's been hearing and talking about is how small Devonta Smith is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the dude played in Alabama, where you have the biggest dudes in college football that all go to the NFL, and he dominated.
Yeah.
The playoff, he dominated all season long at 165 pounds or whatever they said he weighs. If they can't catch you and get their hands on you, it don't matter how big they are. And yes, the NFL is a little different, so he's not going to get 230 yards a game.
Yeah.
100 yards a game is Pro Bowl level in the NFL.
Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, we've seen Deshaun Jackson for his first 6 years of his career. He was a top-level Pro Bowl guy. He was small.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at Odell Beckham. He's not a big guy. There's a lot of guys in the league right now that are, 5'11" to 6'1", and that are only 170 to 190 pounds. These aren't your ripped, shredded receivers that are big. These are guys that use agility and quickness to make a difference. And people forget that. I mean, look at last year against the Jets when they went up against Oakland, and there's like 10 seconds left, and Ruggs got away for that 50-yard bomb to win the game. Like, stat speed matters. We've seen Deshaun Jackson, get a touchdown catch, and then right after that, they went 3 and out. Remember that? And the Giants punted it, and he returned it, and then came back and won. Like, speed matters.
Speed kills, man. Speed definitely kills. All right, back to one thing. Back in when Aaron Rodgers got drafted, it's the only thing I want to talk about. One more time about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm done. One more thing, because I can't sit here and watch a man get traded to the 49ers. All you've said your entire career is how the 49ers, he was asked, what would you say to the 40? Are you upset the 49ers didn't draft you? And he said, not as upset as they're going to be if they didn't draft me. And for him to go there, that's what people have been talking about today, is that they're going to trade the number 3 pick for Aaron Rodgers to the Packers. That's not going to happen. It better not happen. It's not going to happen. But Kyle Pitts at number 4. Has there ever been a tight end drafted in the top 5 ever? I don't believe there has been.
And I'll tell you what, I think he is a huge, huge, huge risk as well, because he's truly a wide receiver. And if you look at his weight, he's only a little bit over the average weight of most wide receivers. He's like a tweener guy. He's like a wide receiver / tight end. And he reminds me of like an offensive version of Jadeveon Clowney when he came out of college. He had like all this raw hype to him.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's like he could be the biggest bust out of everybody, because, I mean, look at Jadeveon Clowney. He never turned out to be a superstar. He was good. But he's just above average as an NFL player.
All right. The Jaguars
are on
the clock. 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
Let's go.
Let's start. And the only thing that could possibly go right if Aaron Rodgers got traded would be number 1. If they got Trevor Lawrence for Aaron Rodgers, I'll be real disappointed. But if he's gone and we can get Trevor Lawrence, the number 1 pick, supposedly a generational talent, we'll see. So who do you think is going to be the surprise fall of the first round, if there is one?
Well, I think the biggest fall, potential-wise, could be Justin Fields. I think he could slide even into the early double digits, like the 10 to 13 range. I think he could slide if Mac Jones or Trey Lance truly get picked at 3. 4 through 8 is kind of a crapshoot on what players are going to get picked.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at it,
And I think the biggest jump out of anybody is going to be Quiddy Pay. I think he's going to go number 10 to the Cowboys. They love their defensive line.
It's what they get. That's what they have. That's
when I see him, he's like that raw superstar defensive lineman, and I just see Dallas Cowboys written all over that guy.
Yeah, and with the 11th pick for the Giants, Surtain from Alabama, I feel like he fits absolutely perfectly there.
Yeah,
I feel like he is definitely the best corner in the draft.
And I think if the Patriots for some reason don't get up into that top 10 to get Mac Jones, because I think he's going to get off the board before 15, I think that's where Kyle Trask can come into play.
Yeah, I feel like Belichick would love Kyle Trask.
I think he really wants Mac Jones if he could get Mac Jones because of their position, and they know that trading up, the best position they're going to get to trade up to is 4 or 5. You know what I mean? And at 4, I don't really know if the Falcons will trade because they might want Justin Fields to replace Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that would throw a wrench into it.
I mean, I would trade Matt Ryan to a team that's looking for a veteran quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could trade out. If they don't, everyone's saying they're going Kyle Pitts, which that could work. But they could look and be like, listen, we could trade out and get a first and a second this year and still build around Matt Ryan. He's 35 years
Kyle
old.
Pitts falling 8 to the Panthers. I just think that if he could slide a little bit there, if quarterbacks go high.
Yeah, give your boy Darnold a little help over there.
Yeah, he got Robbie and Moore for his receivers. You have Pitts and McCaffrey in the backfield. I mean, that's a whole lot better than anything he ever had with the Jets. I mean, he's already walking into everything better just with Christian McCaffrey alone.
Yeah, take a little load off.
That's 100 catches and 1,000 yards rushing right there, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I think Kyle Pitts will slide possibly. I see Detroit passing on him too, because I think they're going to go with Parsons at number 7.
Yeah, that could definitely be.
I still think my top 10 overall. I got the Jags taking Trevor Lawrence number 1, the Jets going with Zach Wilson 2, 49ers going Trey Lance 3, Falcons going Justin Fields 4, Bengals going Penei Sewell at 5, Dolphins going Jamar Chase at 6, the Lions going Micah Parsons at linebacker at 7, the Panthers going Kyle Pitts tight end at 8, the Broncos going Rashawn Slater offensive lineman at 9, and the Cowboys getting Quiddy Pay defensive lineman at 10. That's who I got.
So you think Mac Jones is going to fall all the way out of the top 10? That's it could happen. It didn't seem like anyone was really talking about Mac Jones.
Well, I see this. The reason why I have Mac Jones falling is strictly because I think that the 49ers are going to pick Trey Lance, and I think that the Falcons are going to get Trey Lance or Justin Fields, depending on what happens at number 3. That's why I say Justin Fields has potential to fall to, potentially 10 or 11 in the draft. But you never know. I could see the Patriots trading up to 9 or 10 with the Broncos or Cowboys, with those guys going after Slater or Quiddy Pay. They might be able to swing, those picks still, a few picks back. So I think the Patriots are probably going to trade up for Mac Jones, but I just don't know where yet.
Mac Jones or Kyle Trask, what do they like better?
Yeah, and I think Kyle Trask, it might be better for them to do that because they wouldn't have to really trade up for him. They might be able to just let him fall in their laps.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's only so many teams I see grabbing a quarterback in the top 14 before
the pick is in.
Uh-oh.
The pick is in.
Trevor Lawrence.
If it's anybody but Trevor Lawrence, everyone's going to go crazy. It's got to be. Byron Leftwich was all right.
Byron Leftwich.
I'm not too sold. I'm not that sold on Trevor Lawrence.
I thought he was the truth when he came. Blake Bortles, I thought he was going to be something good.
Yeah.
I kept saying he was the next Big Ben.
Again, guys, we're sponsored by TWINSPIRES. The link's below.
Absolutely.
The Kentucky Derby is this weekend.
Sign up now.
A $10 minimum deposit gets you a $50 bonus with the code below. Click the link, sign up, just deposit 10. Once you place your first $2 bet, within 24 hours, $50 bonus. You'll get it before the Kentucky Derby. You'll be good to go. The pick is in. It's really, really nice to see the fans in Cleveland. It's actually just like the UFC this weekend. That was really cool.
It's real crazy too because Trevor Lawrence was going to be #1, and I wanted the Jets to get him because he was how much they talked about him. But I always liked Zach Wilson when the college season started, so it was real crazy how the Jets won 2 of their last 3 games. And it's like,
yeah, it works
fate
out.
happened, man. It's like it worked out perfect. They got the guy I like more. Although I still think Trevor Lawrence may be the best.
Here comes Goodell with the pick.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
Hey,
Trevor Lawrence.
That was a done deal.
Jags.
That was a done deal. That's
Wow, look at his brother's hair too. His brother's rocking.
Sunshine goes #1.
Dude, he's light in the ass though.
Yeah, he is. He's
213.
6'5" and 5/8, 213 pounds. Yeah, that's yeah, he can put it in some tight windows.
I think his accuracy is probably what's his best characteristic. He definitely has the accuracy.
If he can learn how to read defenses like Aaron Rodgers pre-snap. In college, you don't have to do as much pre-snap stuff. When you get, because in college, you don't really get the reins to the offense. In the NFL, you can audible and you can maneuver, and everybody on the field is mostly as smart as you are. And I feel like if he can learn how to pre-snap read like Rodgers, Brady, he could be on their level. He really could. And he's got the coaches down there now. They got Urban Meyer, right?
Yep.
Urban
college football player with 10+ passes of 30+ yards. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, here it is, dude. Jets are on the clock.
I know, man. I'm excited. The new generation without Darnold.
Man, I remember when everyone went crazy when they got Darnold. And I was happy too.
I know. I liked him. I thought he was going to get in that Phillip Rivers, Matt Stafford category someday, but he just seemed like he could never get there. And I understand the Jets didn't do any of that, but Matt Stafford, not for nothing, he had a couple good years even when his team was trash, 4-12, 5-11. He was putting up phenomenal numbers. I mean, he had Megatron, but you know.
Yeah, no, Matthew Stafford went #1 overall out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, here's the problem. Matthew Stafford is way more talented than anybody gives him credit for. He is so underrated. He just got traded. Who'd he go to?
Who's that?
Matt Stafford. It's blanking. Who'd he go? Matt Stafford just went somewhere else. Didn't he go to the LA? No. Yeah. Yeah, he went to the Rams.
Yeah, he got traded for
Goff. Yeah.
And they got they got some first-round picks in that trade too, didn't they?
The trade was, I got you right here. Trade details right here. The Lions sent Matthew Stafford to the Rams and got Jared Goff, a 2021 third-round pick, and a 2022 first-round pick, and a 2023 first-round pick in return.
I would have did the same trade if I was Detroit. 2 first-round picks and above-average starting quarterback in the NFL for a guy that's 33 on the back 6 of his career, if you really want to say it. Not even the back 9. He's really down 5 or 6 years before he's done. So I think that was a great trade by the Rams, to be honest.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Or not by the Rams, by the Lions.
So Jets picks him. Obviously, they traded Darnold. They're going quarterback. But going forward, they have a second first-round pick.
Yeah.
Who do they go with to complement your guy, Zach Wilson?
If I was honestly, I think that the cornerback Newsome out of Northwestern's a guy they're going to look at. I think they're going to look at Travis Etienne at running back, and I think they'll look at Creed Humphrey, who's a offensive guard / center out of Oklahoma.
That guy's nasty.
I think
he's Richie Incognito nasty.
I truly, honestly, just because I think offensive line is the most important thing to success in football.
Coming from a guy whose team got pounded and got Sam Darnold out of there.
I think that the Jets, they got Corey Davis. I think between P. Ryan and Johnson,
Mims.
Well, I say for running backs.
Yeah.
They got P. Ryan and Johnson, and they picked up the guy from the 49ers.
McKinnon?
No. The other guy.
William
Coleman. They picked up
Tevin Coleman.
So they got a nice 3 guys that are solid. None of them guys will probably get more than 6 or 7, but you got 3 guys that are like 500-yard running backs.
There's one guy.
And then they got Davis, and they got Mims, and they got Crowder. So in my opinion, what are you missing on offense? You're missing the offensive line, really. And you already got the big ticket from last year. So put in Creed. Think about that.
Becton.
That's like Brickashaw, Ferguson, and Nick Mangold. That's what we had forever. So we got our Brickashaw, Ferguson, and Becton. Now we need to get our Nick Mangold replacement.
The pick is in.
Creed Humphrey. The pick is in. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The pick is in, guys.
Is it going to be?
It's going to be the Wilsonator.
Oh, here it is. Taking off the shirt. Here, let me see the shirt, though. Guys, right here.
We're going flying on the jet with Wilson.
Tiny little shirt, so it works out good. There it is, guys. Hey.
10 Roof.
To the top we go.
Them are all of our platforms on social media as well as our numbers, guys.
And hit the link below for TWINSPIRES for the Kentucky Derby. And we got business cards if you guys need it. Follow us on all our social media. The Jets pick is in. We're going to be here to stay. We're ready. We're ready for everybody.
Wilson. It's going to be Wilson, everybody.
Are you going to be real upset if it's not?
If it's Trey Lance, I won't be. But if it's anyone
What if it's like Matt Jones?
I will probably disappear for the rest of this live. Because that means we're going to suck.
The pick is in. The Green Bay Packers trade Aaron Rodgers.
He's good, but he's not good enough to turn us around by himself.
Yeah.
I think Wilson has a potential to make some big plays by himself to get us somewhere.
Yeah. Who do you think they're going to have? Joe Namath come up? Old Joey? Oh, Joe Namath, eh? No, I'm just kidding. What is it? Oh, that's the one guy there.
Zach Wilson.
Picks in, guys. There we go. He's got him. Zach Wilson.
Yeah, baby. Them Jets, baby. We got Wilson, baby. We're in there.
Here we go.
Let's go.
6'2", 214 pounds.
Dude, he's a pound heavier than Lawrence. They said he was little as fuck.
I hear you. Overall, 87. Athleticism, 78. Production, 87.
Unbelievable.
Here we go.
30. Look at that. 3,692 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, and 3 picks. 30 FBS and passing yards and touchdowns. 73.5% completion percentage. Second in FBS, minimum of 200. That's unbelievable stuff right there.
That is.
They definitely need a jersey upgrade, though.
Yeah.
We got the worst jerseys in the league, hands down.
Gang Green. When you know your jerseys are bad, when the nickname's Gang Green. I think it's. Yeah.
But that's crazy. He's only 6'2".
He comes from a baseball background, too. Shortstop. All right, here it is. Everyone's saying Mac Jones. You're thinking Trey Lance for?
I do. I could be wrong. I mean, it could be Justin Fields. I just like Trey Lance.
Yeah.
I think he brings.
The dude's got a cannon.
Yeah, he's got some throws right here.
What if the Niners shock everybody and go Pitts?
I think if anyone trades
Just
for
kidding.
if anyone does
George Kittle.
if Rodgers gets traded, it's right now at this pick. Nobody else is going to be getting it.
Oh, it's a Bill Belichick move, dude.
Look at that.
Pat Mahomes style. It's Aaron Rodgers style first, man. Come on. Wow. The guy who caught that was decent, too.
Look at that.
Out here throwing the ball like Kyler Murray.
Bink. That's what I'm saying. He's got a little of both of them in him. Look at this. Look at that. Oh,
what a cannon.
I don't know how they compare him to Joe Burrow when he only played 5 games.
Yeah.
I think he's closest, maybe just because Russell Wilson might be his closest comparison too, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because he's got, I mean, a lot of those guys have that flip wrist. Kyler Murray, he's not, a lot of people don't give him credit, but he's got one of the strongest arms in the league because he's a pitcher. You know what I mean? I think he played outfield too. But he was a college baseball player, so he's got a phenomenal arm.
Yeah, looks like all Jets fans are happy about that pick.
This is where the draft really starts now, though.
Yeah, we all knew that 1 and 2 were going that. For sure, we knew. I don't know, man. The Jets can ruin anybody, though. So we'll see.
We got Robert Saleh, right? We got something to look forward to.
Yeah, his team that he was on last year's
not
picking
for
right after
nothing,
this.
man, but what was the guy we had? I don't even remember his name because I couldn't stand him so much. Our coach,
Adam Gase.
He was horrible at Miami. I just didn't understand that pickup. I mean, I would have kept Todd Bowles over him. At least Todd Bowles got you pumped up. He wasn't the greatest coach. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the smartest, plays for offense, especially as a head coach. But he was a good defensive coordinator, so he was solid as far as running the defense, and he motivated you.
Yeah,
that was kind of like Rex Ryan, too. He didn't have a great offense when he was a coach because he's a defensive-minded coach, but at least he motivated you as a player. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of like that guy on your team that's not the best player, but he just tries so hard in practice every day, and as soon as you put your guard down, he beats you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love this pick right here, man.
Good pick. 3 minutes left, and the 49ers are on the clock right now. I don't know who they're going to go, man.
Joe Namath, Richard Todd, Ken O'Brien.
That guy, how is Joe Namath in the Hall of Fame? Can we get to that? If all you guys right now that are watching this show, please go to Google and type in Joe Namath stats.
Horrible.
Just look at this guy.
If you guys had a problem with Eli Manning being a Hall of Fame quarterback, there's no way you could even say nothing about Eli when you look at Joe Namath. You look at Joe Namath and you're like, wow, Eli's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's got 2 rings, and at least his touchdown to turnover ratio is higher for touchdowns than turnovers. Joe Namath has more interceptions than touchdowns. There's no way you're getting to the Hall of Fame like that.
Yeah, it was a different game back then, and then you got in based on leadership. I understand that.
I think what people liked about him back in the day is he was kind of like the guy that would pass the ball a lot. When the league probably only had like 15 pass attempts a game, he'd be the guy to go 30, 35 attempts, kind of like how Peyton Manning was, except for this dude was just trash.
Yeah. He called the shot. People like that, I guess.
All right, we're back. Tin Roof Sports, man.
I don't know. San Francisco's taking a long time. Nervous. I hope they don't. If it says trade on that screen.
I think that Aaron Rodgers would get traded now, though, if he does get traded. Although I think
now we're 15, or the Raiders are looking at him. But yeah, John Gruden could pull something off.
Let's go.
I don't know.
Trey Lance. That's what I'm going with. You going with Mac Jones, aren't you? I know you like Mac Jones on this.
I think that no, I don't.
I
think they picked Justin Fields.
Justin Fields?
I feel like they stir it up and go Justin Fields. I don't know why. Pick is in. I don't know why. I just have a hunch that I think if you're going Trey Lance, you got to go Ohio State and go Justin Fields because Justin Fields has shown more.
Yeah.
But that's what we all said about Mahomes and everything like that. So, and we all know where that went. How many people passed on Mahomes?
Wow.
So it's.
Well, I think Trey Lance he's the guy that he's almost like the Russell Wilsons and all them of the world when it comes to his passing ability. But he's got that running ability like Lamar Jackson. It's unbelievable.
Doesn't last in the NFL though.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
It's dangerous if you don't know how to balance your passing ability.
But here's the thing: is everybody nowadays is trying to. Ever since Patrick Mahomes got drafted, they're like, "Oh, who can we steal to be the next Patrick Mahomes?" There is no other Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. It doesn't happen like that. It's not let's find the guy in the draft. It's you get one of them every 10 years. You get one guy.
Every guy kind of takes a little bit from the guy ahead of him. Like when you really think of it, Patrick Mahomes was really just a little bit more agile, a little more mobile version of Aaron Rodgers. That's what he was when he came out.
Yeah.
I mean, people just didn't know that he was going to put up the numbers and be good that quick. But he kind of had all those skill sets too. All right, here we go.
Here is the pick.
The pick is in. The pick is in. Trey Lance.
They're going Justin Fields.
Trey Lance. 3
Lance.
for 3, baby. I'm on the board. 3 for 3. I knew it. If you're going Zach Wilson, then you like Trey Lance. That's just how I felt.
Yeah.
They're similar in many ways.
For sure.
I think he's got and with the way the 49ers are already established defensively and with the receivers that they got now, they got some tough receivers on their team.
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel. Who's the other guy they got? Brandon Ayuk. He's pretty tough too, man. And this guy.
They got George Kittle, probably top 1-2 tight end in the league.
By the way, this guy played like a 12 or 13 game season as an 18-year-old freshman and didn't throw a single pick. So if you guys don't know who Trey Lance is, he's a guy you definitely want to get up on.
He's 17-0 as a starter.
With 30 passing touchdowns and 1 pick for his career.
32 touchdowns passing, no picks in one season with 14 rushing touchdowns in the same year. Trey Lance is good. I'm not a fan of playing them going forward. That's all right.
Well, let's see if Justin Fields goes to the Falcons. That's what I got next, guys.
Why does everyone want Pitts? He's going to be good, but
I think he's good, but I just don't believe that. I think this is the deepest quarterback class in a while as far as having starter quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like almost like everyone's going to look back in 5 years and be like,
they're all starters.
Yes, they're all starters. 5 or 6 starters in this league.
Now, I think only maybe 1 or 2 might make it out of the class. Look at him. He's solidly built, man.
Yeah.
He's real solidly built. Outstanding poise and decision-making. Expands the offense. Steve McNair is his comparison. That's not a bad comparison.
No, definitely not.
And anyone, that is a newer style player runs probably a little bit more than that. Steve McNair ran, but he didn't run nowhere near the type of running these guys do nowadays.
No.
He's I think the Falcons could go Pitts, but if you're going Pitts, man,
he better be the next Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski.
He better be better than them guys, because you're passing up on offensive linemen that can anchor your O-line for 10 years, a quarterback in Mac Jones and Justin Fields that can be 10-year starters in the league. I mean, that's what you're passing up on for a tight end.
That's what I'm thinking, though. If you're Atlanta, you trade back. If someone really wants a quarterback and you want to go back to like 8 because you know that you don't want a quarterback, but you don't want to spend a first-round pick on a tight end, you go back and they have receivers.
And that's my thing, too.
They need defense. They've got dominated on defense repeatedly.
And my huge thing, too, is this, is if you already got 2,000-yard receivers in Ridley and Jones,
Exactly.
you can't win more than 4 games. You obviously need to build your defense, fix your running game, or go with a younger quarterback. One of the two. And the only way you're going to do the three is by building your defense with this pick, drafting an offensive lineman to anchor, your running game, because that's what sucked for them last year was running, not the passing. Or go with the younger quarterback if you want to move on from Matt Ryan. That's why I say Justin Fields is my pick, because I would go for it with him right now. I think he's still got the potential there too.
I know it's crazy, but I like Surtain, quarterback or the cornerback.
Yeah,
they got AJ Terrell last year. He was hurt a little bit, but he played well. And so now you got 2 lockdown corners, and you can get Matt Ryan on the field. Last year, their defense was atrocious.
Yeah.
You're giving up 30, 40, even 50 points sometimes. That's like watching – that's like Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers sometimes. Granted, their defenses are a little bit better, even better than Atlanta's. That's saying a lot. Their defense – it's like right now, you can almost trade back to 8 or 9 to get Surtain. So you don't really need to pull the trigger now. But if you're not gonna, I don't understand the Kyle Pitts pick, because now you get one more guy, but you're still getting 50 dropped on you. So if you really think you can just score 50 a game because you got this new guy, I don't like it. If I was them, I would trade back.
Yeah, I think they're going to either trade back or they're going to go offensive line and quarterback.
Yeah, their offensive line's
so I would say
decent, but
I would say Penei Sewell, Justin Fields, or a trade back would be their 3 best options right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or Mac Jones if they like Mac Jones' style of quarterback more than Justin Fields. But those would be the picks for me. Pick is in.
Pick is in. They did not trade.
The pick is in.
Even J.C. Horn.
Yeah,
Joe Horn.
Right?
Yeah, Joe Horn's son. He could be there too.
I think Gregory Rousseau could be a really great player, but he missed out last year. A lot of teams are going to pass.
I honestly think this pick is going to be an out of the ordinary. Nobody decide, like nobody had this in.
This is where the Patriots could come up and make a move too.
Yeah.
Last pick was where the Packers could have traded Rodgers. That's off the table now. That's done for the draft. Because if they were going to do it, he was going to go to California, where he's from, and they were going to get a top 3 pick to get another quarterback. The Packers are moving him now. So now I say this is where you could see the trade back happen with the Packers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Falcons are in a tough position, though, too, because Carolina's, they're young and growing, and then you got Tampa Bay, they're the champs. And then the Saints, I mean, yeah, they don't have Drew Brees, but they're still going to be at least, a 500 caliber team.
Yeah, they won all their games with Jameis and what's his name there, the quarterback?
Hill.
Taysom Hill, yeah. They still won all their games. They're a well-rounded team.
Yeah. I think honestly they're one of those teams that they could trade up right now would be a smart move.
Yeah.
Because if they're able to get their hands on one of those top 5 or 6 quarterbacks with the roster they already have, they could be a team that can win immediately.
Here it comes.
Justin Fields.
Patrick Surtain.
Kyle Pitts.
They went Pitts.
They went Pitts.
Hey.
He better be better than Kelsey. He better be better than Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Rob Gronkowski.
Well, he's 6'5" and 5'8", 245, and ran a 4.4. So I mean,
he's basically Plexico Burris playing tight end.
He's taller than all them guys, runs faster, weighs more.
Yeah. So I'm saying his weight is a tweener weight. He's got that weight that's like 10, 15 pounds. Like I think Plexico was like 6'5", 6'6", 230. He's 245. But most tight ends are around 255, 270. You know what I'm saying? So he's got that tweener weight. He's quick like a receiver, but he's strong enough to block like a tight end. They're comparing him to Darren Waller. He ain't a bad player, but I wouldn't be drafting Darren Waller at number 4 in this draft.
I don't know, dude. Darren Waller, that dude catches 10 catches every game.
I would have went Devonta Smith here, but I know the Falcons already have enough receivers. But I think Devonta Smith's a better player than Pitts is. He had 770 yards and 12 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, and Kyle Trask
0 drops on 49 catchable passes. That's pretty good. He's got hands.
Yeah. We're going to – all right. So what are you thinking for 5? Sewell for sure? Or do you think –
I personally would go Jamar Chase right here. You got to go Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith. I'd give Joe Burrow that young guy. Who's the other?
They went T. Higgins last year. They got T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they got to go Sewell. They need an offensive line.
Considering your star quarterback tore his ACL getting blasted.
I see Sewell and Jamar Chase going next 2 picks, probably.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase will probably be the guy for the Dolphins. The Dolphins, did they pick up a receiver in the offseason this year?
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Oh, that's against J.C. Horn. He was just.
Yeah. Good thing he wasn't number 81.
I tell you what, though, he's out of all the picks so far, he's the most likely to be a bust. He's got the highest potential to most likely be a bust anyway.
Yeah.
Just because even if he has 700 or 800 yards a season, that's not good enough for a top 4 pick. He's got to be a legitimate 1,000-yard receiver almost every year.
Yeah.
To be a top 4 pick, you have to give us 1,000 yards every year.
For sure.
Because that's what Kelsey's giving you. That's what Kittle's giving you.
The offense is going to be wild over there. Because they got Mike Davis now, Julio, Ridley, Kyle Pitts. They got another guy, too, that ain't half bad wide receiver. I can't think of his name right now, but
they did have Sanu, but they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I like that pick, though. I mean, it's just dangerous. It's a good match as far as the pick because it kind of fills out that running back, 2 receivers, and a tight end that are dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what Kansas City used 2 years ago to win the championship. That's what Brady did last year. He used all those explosive playmakers. You can't stop it. You got that many. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. If you got a dude that's a Pro Bowl guy at every position, you're not stopping him.
Exactly. It's crazy. You think they go O-line? I think they do too. I think Sewell is a no-brainer. He brings a lot to the team, you know. Yeah. I think he brings a lot.
I also think Micah Parsons is a guy you got to keep an eye out on too here. Because he's a playmaker on defense, and they definitely need some help defensively.
Yeah.
I have him going 7 to the lines, but I think he's a guy that can at any moment in the top 10, he's going to get snatched at some point. Just because he's probably the biggest playmaker on defense.
I think the Lions are going to trade.
That'd be a solid choice. I mean, considering they got a quarterback, plus they got 2 extra first-round picks, and why not get a couple?
Well, no, the Lions are going wide receiver. 100%. They traded away Kenny Galladay. They still got he's been there for years. Marvin Jones. We got Marvin Jones right now.
He left.
Did he too?
He left. Yes, he went to the Patriots, I think.
Really?
Look him up. He left to somebody this year. I know he left though. He signed a 2-year deal for like $15 million.
Marvin Jones Jr.
See.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Wow.
So with Trevor next year.
They definitely need a wide receiver now.
All day. If they don't get Jamar Chase, who was that we were talking about?
Devontae Smith.
We're talking about the Lions. Yeah, if Jamar Chase is gone, they got to get Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but the only way. So who picked 6 here? We got 6 is. The pick is in. The pick is in.
Pick 6 is the Dolphins.
Ooh, the Dolphins. They could trade too.
Yeah, they're in a good spot too with the quarterback they got. I
Yep.
think when you get those quarterbacks and you have a top 5 pick, you always can trade back. It's always a smart move to trade back because you're going to get playmakers all through the first round, and even half the guys in the second round are going to be first round players. It's just you got to pick the right guy.
Yeah.
But I think when you're a team that if you don't need a quarterback or an offensive lineman, you don't have to stay in the top 10. You can get everything else. You can get a star at any position outside the top 10. I think the only time you can get a star at quarterback and offensive line for sure is if it's in that top 10 pick.
Yeah. Quentin Nelson, for example, he got picked early, and he's killing it, man.
I mean, you always get your guys. Look at Russell Wilson. He was third round pick, fourth round pick.
Yeah.
You get some linemen that go in the third or fourth round and they turn into Pro Bowlers. But you rarely, I won't say rarely, because you look at a guy like Sam Darnold. But when even him, he's still at least average. He's still going to be serviceable throughout.
I think people are going to realize that it wasn't Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think
he was running for his life on every play. Not to mention, he didn't have COVID, but he had something else, right?
Oh, that was last year. He caught mononucleosis.
Yeah, he's out for like 4 weeks from that, and then every other week he didn't have a single receiver playing. The one game he didn't have Mims, Crowder, or his other guy. He didn't have top 3 wide receivers, and then everyone wondered why he threw 3 picks.
And then you got to figure this. He had a 37-year-old running back running the ball for a whole season. Frank Gore.
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty much a guy that should be getting about 4 or 5 carries for you a game. He was getting 15 or 20. That's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, the Jets they're probably going to have 5 or 6 wins this year. I think that's a good start. They might even have more. We'll see. I think that's the floor. It's 5 or 6 wins.
I think they signed some of the more underrated free agents. I think Corey Davis and Carl Lawson are going to be huge pickups for them.
For sure. Corey Davis is underrated, for sure. His speed, his route running, underrated.
Blocking. He's one of the better blockers. And when you're above average at everything else and you're a great run blocker, it just makes for you to be a likable player on your team. You know what I mean? A good locker room guy.
Exactly.
Because you're doing all that dirty work for your teammates.
Yeah. And then
that's like comparing him to someone like Odell. Odell might put up a couple hundred more yards, 2 or 3 more hundred yards in a full season, but Odell's not going to get you those blocks and all those little things that you're going to need to be a winning team. And that's what Corey Davis brings to the table.
They want wide receiver.
Jamar Chase. I told you. Jamar Chase.
Joey B was in his ear. Listen.
Bring my guy.
We need my guy. He was the only reason I got MVP. Bring him over. Well, they got a.
He's got a good NFL sized body though. His weight for his body height.
He's a little flashier than I like. It reminds me a lot of Jalen Ramsey, but we'll see.
Opted out. All right, so my second 2 picks were off after my top 3. So
yeah, man, that's a little bit of a surprising pick. So now they might go O-line now. The Lions. Maybe they really, really like Chase and they go O-line. I don't know. We'll see.
No, this is the Dolphins next.
Dolphins.
And then Detroit.
The
Dolphins, they might go after Smith because they were projected to get Chase for the whole offseason and every mock draft. They're going to get either Waddle or they're going to get Smith. I could see them getting Waddle.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Waddle was a solid, but that kind of reminds me of the other 2 that came out last year, Judy and Ruggs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, they do.
I think that Smith is going to be more like Judy. He's going to he'll have a better year. But I think Waddle will bring that big playmaking ability.
For sure. I think so too.
Chase is good. I think he's got a good chance to be a good player. A lot of those guys that sat out, though, it's tough to really tell. You know what I mean? Because if you sat out a year in college when you're trying to get drafted and become somebody, Why would you sit out when you have a guaranteed paycheck?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's like the scary thing for these teams. What if you draft this guy and they sit out the first year? Because COVID's probably not going to be gone, or
Yeah, when they already opted out.
Next 2022 will probably be the first NFL season we have where we don't have to sit there with masks and have vaccination cards to get into games and all that crap.
Exactly.
So this guy could sit out another year possibly.
Yeah, and
then you're out for 2 whole seasons of football. What do you do then?
Yeah, you're not in football shape no more. It's a whole thing.
I like him. I think he's definitely worth the picket. But the fact he sat out, I probably wouldn't have drafted him in the top 10 if I had a top 10.
I wouldn't either.
However, look what he did against 9 for 221 in the national championship.
He had a better season than Justin Jefferson. That's what they said. The pick is already in for the Dolphins. They weren't playing. They already know exactly who they're going for.
They're like, oh, we want Smith.
Guys, TWINSPIRES. Link below. Click the link below.
Sign up.
$50 bonus when you do a minimum of $10. When you deposit a minimum of $10, as soon as you put in your first $2 bet, you're locked in. That's great, considering the Kentucky Derby is Saturday.
So you essentially are going to pay $12 to get an extra $50.
Exactly.
So you're going to bet $12 and gamble 62. It's a great deal. Can't go wrong with that.
Don't worry, guys. This is just the draft show. We're going to be coming back every single week. I'm going to have a whole section on sports betting. We've been killing it. You guys can follow our TikTok. It's Tin Roof Sports on TikTok. I got picks every day.
More merchandise coming too.
More merchandise, everything you guys need. If you want anything, just comment on this video or go on one of our social media platforms and just DM us. We're going to be coming back at least once a week to start, and after that, we're going to be probably 2 times a week. The more and more we grow, the more and more fans we get, the more and more love you guys show us, the more we're going to keep on coming with it. Any ideas you guys have, also put them in the comments. How to improve. We're looking to improve. We're taking this thing to the top. That's why our shirts say, to the top we go.
And we also want to live stream with some of you guys sometimes too. So if any of you guys are interested in streaming with us and coming on for some episodes, just comment on the video or DM us on one of the platforms.
Yeah, like McGregor said, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. We're coming for it all. And the first thing we need to do is develop a fan base with you guys. Sports betting. We're talking about football.
We'll definitely have tickets almost every night, guys. So if you guys are into tickets and parlays, definitely guys you want to be following. We're gonna have a lot of material for that stuff, guys.
Yep, we'll put up our bet slips for you. We've been doing pretty well, and we usually tell the Yankees every day. The Yankees are going to win more than they lose. They're a good team. So far, it hasn't been great. Lost again today in extra innings. But the Yankees are going to be there in the end. They're going to go on a run soon.
They're going to win it all this year, too. It's going to be their year.
And it's usually a good bet to take the Dodgers.
Look at this guy.
This guy's not playing. He parties in Miami a lot, I can tell.
Oh, my gosh. They let him on the TV. He must be like the #1 fan, huh? Like Fireman Ed.
Yeah, that's who I was sitting in the chair earlier.
Earlier?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Here's the pick for the Dolphins.
Devonta Smith.
They're going Lyman. They're going Sewell. Waddle. They skipped right over everything.
He said, I'm going to Miami. He's going to play with his boy Tua. You know what, guys? I say this: Jalen Waddle is a very good slot receiver, but I think both of the Moores are the guys you guys want to be looking out for in the slot position this year.
Elijah Moore and Rondell Moore, definite sleepers. They Google Rondell Moore and Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is from Ole Miss. Rondell Moore is from Purdue. Both these guys are insanely good. Rondell Moore he's the shortest player. I think he is the shortest player to ever come out in NFL history. He's 5'7", but he's got the speed of Tyreek Hill, same exact 40. He has a bigger vertical than Tyreek Hill. And just watching the guy play at Purdue, it's unreal to watch. He looks like Tyreek Hill in a college form. I didn't really pay much attention to Tyreek Hill when he was in college, but that's who he reminds me of. And Elijah Moore, he's attention to detail to the fullest.
I think Elijah Moore is going to be a lot like Crowder, but probably got a little bit better speed. He's more of a guy that likes to run good routes, get that, he catches it 5 yards away and he separates for 17, 20 yards. You know what I mean? He's that guy like Crowder that on the Jets. He's one of those shorter receivers. Who's the other guy? Curtis Samuel. He's another guy that, is similar to him.
Yep. And Detroit's pick is already in. They got to go O-line now. No, they still got –
this is crazy, though, that Payne Sewell hasn't been picked yet.
Yeah. Everybody is just going position player. And so whoever gets Sewell, man, they're getting a steal now at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Don't matter.
He should have went
It's not the flashy pick, but usually the flashy ones.
I think the linemen are never flashy for anyone. They seem like they're always the ones that never get the love in the drafts. Like no one really ever talks
But you look
about
back and you're like, wow, Bakhtiari. Without him, look what happened.
Yeah. I mean,
the Packers get toasted.
You look at Kyle Pitts, for instance, right? No, other than just now with Kelsey, and I'm not sure about the other guy too. He just got paid too. But they're the first guys that really got wide receiver money at the tight end position.
Yeah, for
you know what I'm saying? So that's why Kyle Pitts was such a risk, because your offensive linemen, when they are top picks like that, they end up with 4 or 5 year deals for $20+ million nowadays. Yeah. So those are your guys that you truly want. You go picking one of these tight ends or running backs or something like that, a corner. Them guys don't always get more than like $40 or $50 million in their contracts.
No, they don't.
And I think that's why it's a risk, because these guys have a chance to be good, but they also have a chance to flop when they're in those positions like tight end and running back.
Exactly. If the Detroit's got to take a big look at Sewell, even though they have no wide receivers.
Yeah.
So they might go Smith.
I mean, I think they have to go Smith just because they don't have talent at all. I think that if you can have a great line and no receivers.
Right now all they got's Hawkins.
Yeah. I think they're forced now in a sense.
Yeah, their hands forced right now. Detroit Lions wide receiving core.
Yeah, they really don't got much at all.
Maybe they picked somebody up that I didn't see. I got
them getting Parsons, but
their top 2 wide receivers are Brashad Perryman and Tyrell Williams. They got to go.
And they picked up both of those dudes from the Jets and Raiders this year.
Yeah, they absolutely have
Tyrell
to
Williams,
go.
I don't think played last year. He was hurt.
Yeah.
Or he got hurt at the beginning of the year.
Tyrell Williams played for the Chargers.
Yeah.
But, all right.
Mac Jones. That's what I'm saying. You got Justin Fields and Mac Jones still available. Right? Payne Sewell.
For sure.
What's that say, Waddle?
Yep.
Just besides that, Smith is my brother. Outside of football, I love him like my mom had him. So this is a great honor, and his name will be called shortly. And it's just great to be a Dolphin.
the newest member of the Dolphins, and you're reunited with your quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. What can we expect from the two of you?
Fireworks.
Just to, try to make plays and hopefully we can make it happen. I'm trying to be here for you. I'm part of something special.
Hopefully you are. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. The Lions draft.
Woo, the pick is in. What do you think they're going with, man? All the mock drafts, man, that I'm looking at is they're going Justin Fields, but traded.
I think they could get Justin Fields here. That could be the pick.
Yeah, Jared Goff. I mean, maybe they
got Devonta Smith, and that was the guy they liked, and he slipped. A lot of teams liked him.
Him or Sewell, man, for Goff. Keep with Sewell.
I mean, if you're gonna get rid of Goff after this year, then I would go with Fields or Jones. But if you're gonna keep Goff, and he's definitely capable of taking his team to the playoffs as you build around him.
I just got the update. Sewell. They went Sewell, and they're happy about it.
Oh yeah, we're like 20 seconds behind everybody. They're probably like, they're way behind us.
He's got his legs wrapped up, dude. Or somebody does. That's funny. Huh? That's funny. This dude's laughing. All right, man. We got the Panthers, Broncos, Cowboys, Giants. Where are my Cowboys fans at? What are y'all going with?
They are moving along tonight.
Who are the Cowboys going with, guys?
First Polynesian player to win the Outland Trophy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this guy, he's going to be good, man. So, he might be the best lineman for a long time.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's just this year there are so many teams with quarterback need. That's why he didn't go high.
Yeah, and he would have went top 2 or 3. A lot of years.
Jalen Waddle.
That's crazy.
Hey, school. I wanted the Jets to get him for a while if they ended up keeping Darnold, just because I thought.
Yeah, the Lions did.
I thought that if
I didn't see you guys' comments before. Doesn't tell us on here. Sorry about that. Yeah, the Lions. Yeah, that was a good pick right there. What happened? Yeah, they're not popping up on our live chat thing, but that's all right. I see them now.
got our phones, so
Mike, who do you think's going with Bills or going with? Woo! Been a long day. Been a long day waiting for this point. It's just going to be a long night waiting, and then the Packers just going to trade out. Every time. Every time. Every time. Just trade out every single time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Wavy. You excited with that pick, Trey Lance? I think that's a good pick, man.
Yeah, man, you guys are set, bro. He might be the best of the best. He's got the potential.
Yep. That's
the hats, guys. We're gonna have these hats too.
Got hats being made, we got the shirts.
We got all different types of stuff. Mugs. We'll be putting it up on our Facebook page. We'll have payment options and all that stuff for you guys to start ordering stuff. Some point, probably by the middle of May to the end of May. So 2 to 4 weeks from now, we'll have all the merchandise posted on the website. So whatever you guys want to order, just let us know. And we'll get that to you guys.
And we're hoping to pick up some more sponsors here. Make sure you subscribe too, guys. Follow, subscribe.
Subscriptions are important, guys. And please like the video. The more subscriptions and likes we get, the more we grow. The more
better we
merchandise
get.
we have, the more everything.
Our wall will grow.
We're growing as a whole. Us with you guys.
The pick is in. Carolina Panthers. Who you guys got? What are you thinking?
Wow. That was a lot right there. That was 5 picks.
That was a lot. That was definitely a lot.
Tight end, receiver. That's crazy.
There's only one quarterback they would consider taking. That is Justin Fields from Ohio State. Their number 2 quarterback overall. This is a choice between either Fields or J.C. Horn, the uber-talented quarterback.
J.C. Horn.
I think they're going J.C. Horn.
He's going to be a shot.
I really do think they're going J.C. Horn.
Yeah, he's got a lot of potential. I think he's going to be that shutdown cornerback when he gets in the NFL.
They got a couple good wide receivers already. J.C. Horn, though, Surtain's better, man. Surtain is better, I think. I don't know. We'll see.
Also, guys, we're going to be covering all different type of sports, all different type of stuff. So if there's any specific things you guys want us to cover, just message us so we can get out that content for you guys. Whatever it is, hockey, golf, basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse, pretty much any sport, NASCAR. If we can get it to you, we'll get a video out and, give you whatever content we have, guys. So let us know.
And follow us on all social media platforms and just DM us on there, or just you can type in the video when we're live, or our podcast is up. We're gonna be doing we're gonna be doing podcast form. We're gonna be releasing that on Apple Music, Spotify, all platforms that we can. We're going all in with this thing, trying to do what we love. So the pick is in. Here comes Goodell.
Here we go. Roger Goodell.
I think they should go Slater, man. O-line.
Justin Fields.
We'll see.
The Carolina Panthers select J.C. Horn.
They went Horn. J.C. Horn. It's a good pick.
Yeah, he's going to be a beast.
Definitely a good corner. For sure.
He's nasty. He's real nasty. He almost reminds me of Ramsey.
Yeah.
How he's more of a tackler than he is a playmaker in the secondary, but he's kind of that shutdown guy that's just super nasty.
Yep, for sure.
I like him more than I like Surtain, only because Surtain, it's hard to judge him because Alabama, man, they put so many guys out there sometimes. I mean, I know they didn't have the best defense this year, but they still had some solid defensive players compared to a lot of teams. And it's just hard to get a good, idea of how he's going to transition to the NFL.
Yeah. Horn's got definite.
That was like Dee Milliner about 6-7 years ago. Remember, he came out for the Jets?
Yeah.
And he ended up not being nothing. He was just an athletic guy that played with a whole bunch of great players on his team. And once he got to the NFL, it wasn't about him. He couldn't do it anymore because he depended on his teammates so much.
Yeah. So who do you think takes a quarterback next? And Mac Jones fell all the way from 3 to, what are we at, 9 now?
Yeah, I mean, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 7 picks. And the next 7 picks, I mean, the Chargers are definitely not getting a quarterback.
The Broncos.
I mean, Broncos could double up. Didn't they just get Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves. Who are they gonna go with?
They're gonna go with Teddy Two Gloves and have him. What's that word they say? When they help those players develop.
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of it either. But
yeah, I think that Justin Fields is a guy that they're gonna have behind him.
Yeah, you go Justin Fields over Mac Jones just because of Teddy Bridgewater's just because of his playability.
Yeah,
you gotta have a guy that's similar to the guy you have.
Yeah, you don't want to have to switch up your offense if someone gets hurt and stuff.
Yeah. But if you go,
he's gonna groom them.
If you go Smith in this one,
Teddy Bridgewater's gonna groom Justin Fields.
Yeah, and you could also go Smith here. Then you got Judy and Smith, two really young wide receivers for Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
You go Smith.
I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, honestly, he's only, like 28 years old?
Yeah, he could definitely win
he
you.
He still could play another 5 years and give you top 15.
They still have Drew Lock, right?
I think so. I don't think
they're going to be fighting for the job because, tell you what, Drew Lock can sling the ball. I like Drew Lock. He's confident.
Drew Lock has enough mobility that you're not really changing your offense so much.
Yeah.
If Teddy does get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think they go quarterback here.
That's the problem when you get someone hurt like a Mahomes or Russell Wilson. The guy that comes in behind them ain't going to be anywhere near similar to his, playmaking ability. So,
yeah.
But I think Teddy Two Gloves is going to be good for Denver. I think sometimes you don't need the guy that does too much because if you got a lot of playmakers on your team, you want to give those guys an opportunity to make their plays. Sometimes when you have those stars, they find a favorite guy on offense or something and they roll with them. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes when you have that guy like Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to get the ball to everybody.
Yeah.
He's going to spread it around because he's going to rely on everyone for his ability to get where you get like Aaron Rodgers, for instance. He's going to Devontae.
Yeah. That's the best part, though, is watching that happen and they still can't stop it.
Yeah.
You're good when you got triple teams.
Sometimes when you don't have the quarterback that's as good as Rodgers and you're doing that same thing, it doesn't turn out the same.
Yeah, it doesn't. No.
And that's the biggest problem that a lot of these teams have is you got look at Matt Ryan. The dude puts up phenomenal numbers, gets his receivers involved, but his running backs don't get involved. His offensive line is below average at best.
Yeah.
And their defense can't stop a nosebleed.
Exactly. That's the problem. Is they need to go defense.
Give them 2 tissue rolls and they couldn't stop a nosebleed. That's probably they got to be the worst defense.
They're here. Denver is trying to figure this out. There's still 2 minutes left. They have not got the pick in yet. I don't know who they go with, to be honest. Oh, they got T. Brady up.
Michael Strahan, he's the only one with a gap in New York City. Aaron Judge got his fixed. He got some
the big board right now is just Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Patrick Surtain, Slater, Parsons, Vera Tucker,
Owusu,
Morik, Payne,
and Rousseau. He's actually really good. He's another guy that sat out last year. He probably would have been a top 10 pick this year if he didn't sit out. But I think because he's more of a defensive playmaker, they didn't pick him in the top 10 the way they did Jamar Chase because Jamar Chase is a receiver. And I think with receivers, they kind of trust that the receiver is going to be the same player still. When you sit out sometimes on defense, defenses are constantly changing, to try to stay with those offenses nowadays. So
yeah,
I think him sitting out a year is going to be tough for him to rebound. So he might even slip to the late first round, early second round. He's one of those guys.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think there's any possible way they can go with a quarterback. Mac Jones looks very, very upset right now. The pick is in. Denver.
The pick is in.
Just received a phone call saying you're in the National Football League. They look like somebody who's patiently waiting around.
They're going with Quiddy Pay. Or they might build their whole line again. Sean Slater.
They brought over Kyle Fuller, so to me, Patrick Surtain, you can make a case as the top defensive player on the board. Michael Parsons is somebody, Coach, we both been around Vic. This is Vic Fangio's type of linebacker who can
You got any Broncos fans in the house? Not sure who they're going to pick. This is a very, very hard one to read right here.
Yeah.
Very hard to read. I think they could be the one to like go with like a linebacker or a corner or something like that we don't expect.
Yeah, Surtain or Parsons. Vic Fangio, like he just said. I think it's going to be Parsons.
Yeah, Micah Parsons. I think he could be a playmaker for that linebacker.
Yes, he hits. He's a downhill player for sure. He doesn't have that false step a lot of people have. He's just –
and he's a tackling machine. He just tackles. I like guys like that. Just tackle. They don't run away from the contact at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's definitely a tough linebacker, though. I like him.
Here's the pick, fellas. Here is the pick. Pat Surtain.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a good pick, though. Like I said earlier, I think that you went 9th, top 10. That's a good pick. He's there. He's a good player, man. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. Horn got drafted. He's great. Horn's got good ball skills, but his name got him. His genetics did help him, for sure.
I think Surtain's dad played, too, somewhere a long time ago. Because I seen one of his games one time when he was playing for Alabama, and his dad was in the press box.
Nice. 2020 SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Dude, you thought we were nervous doing our first podcast. Imagine these guys. They got to be fucking shaking the leaves and shit.
Yeah, they're going up. And
I'd be so nervous. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be up there shaking, stuttering half my words when I'm talking.
Yeah. 4 interceptions, 27 pass breakups in his career.
I think he only played 3 years. So that's not bad at all. Right there, son of 3-time Pro Bowler, Patrick Surtain. So his dad was somebody too, Horn and Surtain.
Yeah.
The genetic boys just got drafted. Do this thing right here so comfy. Scrub the Yankee one.
Yeah.
Kick back.
Your head's too fat.
It's all good.
Oh, man.
Let's go, Jets. Trade up, Jets. Let's trade up.
Trade back in.
Trade that 23 and 34 pick for like the 13 pick.
Cowboys are up next.
I think they're going Quiddy Pay. He just seems like their type of guy.
Yeah.
Or they can go Slater. I don't see them going after any playmakers. They're definitely not getting a quarterback, running back, receivers.
They don't really need a linebacker.
They need a corner, maybe, defensive line, and offensive line.
Safety. Trayvon Morig. They might go him, man. Yeah, they might go him. That's my feeling.
I'm feeling Quiddy Pay. Let's go, Quiddy.
What about Greg Newsome the second?
He's good, too. I like him.
He can do so many different things. You see him trigger. You try and block him with a tight end, he goes right through him.
Quiddy Pay, edge rusher. 6'4", 272. He's 22 years old. 35 reps of bench. I think they go him, man. It's a good.
You know who I miss, man? Is Cam Chancellor.
Hitting dude. He was hitting.
To watch it. I mean, Palomalu was obviously the highlight film, but Cam Chancellor used to wreck people, bro.
And a Denver Bronco. What does that mean to you?
Man, it's a special feeling, man. I can't wait to get to Denver, compete and ball out.
Well, there's a lot of offense in the AFC West. Are you ready to defend the likes of Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm just so excited. Emotions running I'm just so excited for this opportunity. I can't wait.
Congratulations. Let's go to Charles Davis.
Thanks a lot, Melissa. Here's her coach Shaw.
NFL comparison, Richard Sherman.
One of the reasons I put this comparison.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Surtain does have that elite processing skill that you need on the corner.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the guy that do the most playmaking out of that position.
By knowing what formations are.
I see.
Yeah, he's big. He's big as well.
Sounds like Cromartie
He's just a faster
on the Jets for a while. He used to make a lot of big plays, like forced fumbles, interceptions, pass breakups.
Yeah.
And Revis was the opposite. He just never got the ball passed to him because he was shut down.
What in the
Cowboys trade with the Patriots. Mac Jones. Mac
they
Jones.
traded with the Eagles?
Oh,
How are you in the
they
same
want
division?
Devonta Smith, guaranteed.
Yeah, they're going Devonta Smith.
They're going Devonta Smith.
Where are my Eagles fans at? You just got blessed with a trade by your rival.
That is so weird. That's weird. Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles went back to back to back in the draft. Well, the Giants thought they had Devonta Smith until their two rivals made a trade.
Exactly. That's so weird.
The only other thing I can see here is possibly Justin Fields. But I don't think that they're going to give up on Jalen Hurts. I think that's what they
No,
want.
he didn't do anything. Yeah.
I think he's your guy. So if you want to do something with Jalen Hurts, he's from Alabama. What are you going to do? Give him his old buddy? Remember that?
What'd you say?
Before he transferred, he was at Alabama. So that's someone he's probably familiar with at some point.
Yeah,
They
they're,
might practice
they're going
together.
Devonta Smith. That's a definite pick.
There's some chemistry there for sure.
Cam, they traded, man.
Claypool was a beast last year too, bro. We forgot to talk about it. We were talking Jefferson last night. Oh wow, the 12th and third round pick, or the 12th pick and the third round pick. I would have did it too. You gotta think, dude. They're going O line or D line. I know you want a receiver. Give me a third round pick.
Yeah. Yeah, they might be going with your guys.
Smith? You think they're going Smith? And then Cowboys are going Quiddy Pay, right?
Yeah, I think that's
Or
the move.
Rashawn Slater. Because look, if you're saying I need an O line, a D line, right?
Yeah.
And the next three picks, you got basically a trade back 2 spots. So the next 3 picks, you got Devonta Smith, Rashawn Slater, Quiddy Pay. And if you know you're not going to need a receiver and a team wants it bad, and you want one of the other 2 guys, you know you're going to basically going to get one or the other, depending on what the Giants do.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a smart move. You basically just getting a free pick
Yeah, you're going to pick the drop back too because,
to get the same guy you're going to get.
yeah, who picks 11?
The Giants.
Yeah, the Giants.
So the Eagles probably jumped over.
They traded with the other rival to jump over the other rival to take their wide receiver.
But he said that he didn't get a phone call. So what's going on?
Who do they like?
I mean, maybe they want Rashawn Slater. I mean, a lot of teams don't trade up for linemen. Usually it's quarterbacks and receivers you trade up for, or a playmaker of a kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not really the lineman people really want to trade up for.
That he's the only one you can see because the Giants want it.
Yeah. So why would you trade up?
Because that might leave a couple quarterbacks on the board with the Patriots sitting there at 15. Washington,
Yeah, Patriots need a quarterback. I don't think the Patriots are looking Cam long term.
Rashawn Slater, nothing more important for the Philadelphia Eagles, making sure their quarterback is protected.
That is
I would say
important.
this is
But
It's just weird. Not often.
maybe they thought the Cowboys, if they stayed in, they would take Slater.
Well, I think they would. Slater and Quiddy Pay. I think their lines are the 2 spots in their secondary. Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they need. Either side of the ball on the line and their secondary. So if you think about it, maybe they knew the Giants were going wide receiver. So they're like, listen, Eagles, we'll basically let you pick.
Maybe they could be going that linebacker too.
Like Parsons. Yeah,
They could be wanting him.
so I'm saying if they got 3 or 4 guys that they looked at, that they liked on their board. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people didn't think Justin Fields. Remember what I say? Who was the quarterback that was going to slip outside the top 10 before the start? I said Justin Fields. And Trey Lance gets picked at number 3.
For sure.
Because I think number 3 was the toss-up. Did you want Trey Lance or Justin Fields? Everyone kept saying Mac Jones. And no one ever talked about Justin Fields. And Trey Lance was brought up a few times, and I just had that gut feeling, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now, here it comes.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Pick is in. Everyone's fully vaccinated too, so that's good for everybody in Cleveland, I guess.
Come on, let's go, let's go.
What did they trade up for? The big question. Let's see. There it is.
Sean Slater. Devontae Smith, they did. They traded up. They blocked the Giants. What a block by the Eagles.
Jumped right over him.
Wow. I knew that that's what they were doing. They had to be doing that.
Now, what do the Giants do?
Wow, that's crazy. Tua and Hurts both got one of their former receivers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's super cool, though. That's one of them.
They drink the red one. Was there more?
Hello?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't see it. All right.
Wow, that was the first trade up. That was a nice block by the Eagles.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I just had a feeling that they felt like this guy's going to be a number 1 receiver, so let's trade up for him. Most teams don't trade up for non-playmakers. It's just a weird thing for them to do.
Yeah, this guy, I think everyone just saw his weight, and they were like, wow. But
well, he's one of those guys that goes under that category. He's just a football player. You know what I'm saying? That plays wide receiver. He just loves to play football.
He's so fast.
There's some of those guys out there. They don't have the body or the makeup necessarily that the average guy has, but he's just good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can jump
that
out
was
of
like
the gym.
Your boy Jordy, man. He was a weird superstar for a while. You know what I mean? No one really thought he was going to be what he was. Look at 6 foot and a quarter, 170.
Small guy, dude. But hey,
Deshaun Jackson's like 5'10", 170. A little bit shorter, but still the same idea.
Yeah,
But he's also got good hands and runs good routes. That's why it's not just speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's good at the top of his route.
My thing is this. When you're getting hit by a guy that's 250.
We got another trade.
Patriots.
No. Just the Bears traded.
Oh, they traded out? Dude, they're going to get a quarterback. They might go for Justin Fields, bro.
Yeah, the Bears might go for Mac Jones. That's a Bears move. That's a Bears move. Go Mac Jones on him. Mac who? Mac Jones.
He's doing this in high school.
Ooh. The Slim Reaper, huh? Hey, that's definitely Devonta Smith's nickname. Slim Reaper. The Chicago Bears have traded in.
They're getting a
to
quarterback.
Pick 11. Details will be following.
Quarterbacks and receivers are pretty much what they're trading up for.
They signed Andy Dalton, but
He'll be their backup. Honestly, I see more Mac Jones for their style of offense. I think it's Mac Jones.
Kyle Trask sneaking in, jumping over top of everybody. No, not yet. The Bears have acquired pick 11 from the Giants in exchange for pick 20, a 5th-round pick, and a 2020 first and 4th-round pick.
Steal.
Yeah.
Well, if they get a quarterback, it could be a steal for the Bears because you usually don't get a good quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, let's see.
Usually it's like your top 5 picks is where your quarterbacks goes, and then you find a steal later on. Usually at 11, don't get that guy. Justin Fields is tricky. Wow, man, that's a steal.
Got to be a quarterback coming.
Giants know what they're doing. That was a good move on the Giants. They got to build their team. They're in rebuild.
Yeah.
They got a 1st and a 4th, man. That's big.
And the 20th pick still.
Because they were going to go with what? A receiver. So they might as well go Bateman at 20 or more or something.
Neither one of them, dude. One of them's coming to us. Aaron's tactic was.
Yo, you know who's a problem? Kadarius Tooney from
Yeah, he's
Florida.
good too.
Oh my gosh, he's
Yeah, that's why everyone's like, oh, I don't think
he's
Pitts
like
is there.
golden. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, just
In your face, just nasty. Just wants to get hit. That's like Mason back when he played for
Derek Mason,
the Ravens.
Tennessee. They were both.
Oh yeah, I remember on the Ravens. So when he was on the Ravens, dude, he would hit people a lot on plays. So he wasn't catching the ball; he would hit people.
The pick is in.
Kurt Warner.
What are you thinking? We'll go to pick 15? You want to keep going? Don't matter to me.
I tell you what, if Mac Jones or Justin Fields or Kyle Trask are on board with the Patriots pick, they're grabbing quarterback. Guaranteed. And if Justin Fields is there, I really like that getting him because, all right, sit behind Cam Newton for a year.
Yeah.
Get groomed by Cam Newton. That's the perfect player to groom him. You'll learn not to take as many hits as him.
Do exactly what Newton's not going to do.
Do everything that he does except for not get hit.
Learn how to throw a rocket like him because that's all he can do. Then you got to go find some touch.
Shoot like him. Yeah, do all that stuff. But
just don't get the ball at the 1 and try to sneak it like him. It's not
when,
the same.
When a quarterback is about to get hit and they're 2 yards from out of bounds, just take that little leap out of bounds and don't get crushed by your 250-pound linebacker.
Yeah.
And that's his problem, honestly, dude. I love Cam. He just gets smoked all the time.
Yeah.
And they used to say it's his offensive line's fault. Part of it was, but that dude, even though the Patriots didn't have an elite line, they run the way the offense is ran by Belichick and his offensive coordinators. Their offensive line plays solid together as a unit. They don't have no elite guys, but they're like fundamentally solid.
Yeah. The pick is in.
Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
I don't know, man. What if they don't go quarterback? That's a Bears move if I've ever seen one. They're going. They're going quarterback.
Communities of color, indigenous communities, and for older and rural Americans. We're joining forces with the CDC Foundation.
Remember, guys, TWINSPIRES. Click the link below.
Click it and sign up immediately.
Get your free $50 bonus with a $10 minimum deposit on a $2 bet. Kentucky Derby Saturday. Get your bets in. I'll have some bets for you guys Friday. I will post some.
Make sure you follow our TikTok for that. Tin Roof Sports.
On TikTok and all other platforms.
Come on, let's go. This is the longest pick right here.
Here we go.
Well, how exciting is this?
But how he keeps stepping back. Like, if you don't take your mask and put it back on. Mac Jones.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Let's go.
I hate the Bears.
Yeah,
I'm glad
Bears.
Justin Fields. Glad. Have you met Zadarius Smith, Justin? If you haven't, you will shortly. In the first 3 weeks of the season.
Justin Fields
I'll tell you what, Mac Jones is probably most likely going
To the Patriots.
Yes, because you got the Cowboys, you got the Chargers and Vikings, and then the Patriots.
Cowboys, Chargers, Vikings.
Cowboys and Chargers guaranteed ain't grabbing.
Yeah.
Vikings are unlikely to. They're really going to grab him, put him behind Kirk Cousins.
No.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, they're not
He's
doing
going to the Patriots, guaranteed. You might as well stamp and seal that one.
Yeah. So next is Cowboys.
Quiddy Pay.
Yeah.
And then maybe
Or Slater.
the Chargers go with Slater. They need a line around there. I mean, you always can build a line. That's a good thing about a line.
Yeah.
When in doubt, you ain't got a player you need, grab a lineman.
Exactly.
Most valuable player, the most underrated player in the league is your offensive line.
Exactly.
Stack them up. You're going to need 9 or 10 to get through the season, too. That's another thing. Line.
Yeah, they get injured a lot. They rolled up on
At
all
least
the
two
time.
of them are going to get hurt for like 3 to 4 games, and one's most likely to get hurt for the rest of the season. That's like what happens every year. You guys lost Bakhtiari right at the end. That was horrible.
That's it. That prevented us from going to the Super Bowl. That's what's crazy. They had 6 sacks on us.
A dude like him is the difference between a defensive end getting 3 sacks and 2 hurries.
Yep.
The entire game. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man.
You know, you got a good lineman, you know, he's only going to get to the quarterback twice, and most likely your quarterback gets the ball away. Your guy gets to the quarterback 10, 15 times a game, he's going to get 2 or 3 sacks. It's inevitable. And I think that's the biggest issue right now is all these teams are just passing on these linemen. Let them slide, man. The Jets need them. We'll take them.
Dak Prescott comparison to
That's
Justin
definitely
Fields.
a good comparison. They
Yeah.
play a lot alike, too. The way he throws the ball, he just waits it. He's definitely got the arm. His accuracy's scary sometimes.
Yeah. He doesn't have that great of decision making either.
Yeah. That's the thing is they said that when Zach Wilson, remember the first play they showed of him? He was like this, 1, 2, 3. You never see that with Justin Fields. And that's the biggest problem with college quarterbacks that come out. That was the problem with Johnny Manziel. That was the problem with a few other guys. They know how to get that one guy with the second and third option. Like Tom Brady specifically looks down that guy. And, like, it's weird. Like, if Tom Brady's staring down a receiver right off the bat, you know he's not passing it.
Exactly.
Like, that's how I would play defense if I guarded Tom Brady. But that's how it is. There's a couple guys that really, they could stare down a guy and boom, 1 second of staring at this guy or not even looking at him, just the movement.
Because they already know what the defense is doing. So they're not really looking at that guy to throw it to him. They're looking off the coverage. They know what the coverage is going to do. So looking left pulls the safety over, look back, fire the slant, or get the linebackers over. They know they're a step ahead, and that's what you need in the NFL.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields is the development guy. I think he could be good, but I think he's the guy out of all of them that needs the mind, his mental aspect of the game. It's going to take time for him to develop that.
I think it's going to be Slater for this pick.
I would go Slater. I mean, it's Cowboys. I mean, Quiddy Pay, though. I like Quiddy Pay for them. I'm going to stick with Quiddy Pay for them. But Slater would be my second choice. They definitely are going to be upgrading their line both ways. Dang, dude, you guys are way back.
We're in the NFC Championship.
Again before you guys get the thing.
We had 29.
Maybe you guys straight up.
We need to get Bateman or Elijah Moore or Rondell Moore.
I would go with one of the Moores, though. Only because I think that would open up.
Or Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
One of them guys,
Put
man.
Kadarius there. Kadarius is that all-around receiver. He's not just a speed guy or your outside guy. He's a guy that's inside.
He reminds me of Quentin Cephas from last year, but even with an upgraded version and everything.
Yeah, I like his nastiness. He's definitely one of those guys that really gets in your face. Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones.
Here comes the pick for the Cowboys. Roger Goodell. Who's coming out?
Uh-oh. I thought it was Whoopi for a second, but she's way too big for Whoopi, right?
I don't know.
With the dreads? That can't be Whoopi.
I don't know.
No, it's not Whoopi.
We're partnering with Mental Health America to support resources for those that need it.
That's pretty cool.
For Drying, an Army veteran from Dallas, struggled with anxiety and depression after returning from Iraq. She turned her struggle into triumph and is now a licensed social worker
Well, that's
who
who she is.
provides
She's
mental health counseling.
Nice. Pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
We thank you for
It's cool that they
Draft
bring
is-
those type of people out though instead of someone that's already known and famous.
Yeah, that
It
is.
gives people that do stuff in the community like that real hard work of making the change. It gives them it's like a little pat on the back to keep them going. Sometimes when people do stuff like that, you know what I mean? That stuff is tough, dealing with mental health problems. And
How about them Cowboys? Boom. Cowboys fan up there right now. Micah Parsons, linebacker.
Micah Parsons,
Wow.
he's a playmaker though.
Yeah, he is, but they got two inside linebackers.
Maybe they want to move him outside. He reminds me of the one dude on the was it Barber or not Barber? Barr, Anthony Barr. That's what he
Yeah.
reminds me of. Anthony Barr.
I don't want to talk about Anthony Barr. Leighton Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, man. And him.
Dynamic blitzer, covers running backs and tight ends. Versatile. The Buckus Fitzgerald Award. First sophomore to win the award. Oh, that's crazy.
They might put him at an end, like you were saying. They might convert him to end. Edge rusher.
Yeah, he definitely could be an edge, man. Just put him right on, have him on the 3-4s.
Yeah, they run a 3-4.
Yeah, they could definitely put him up at the end on a 3-4. You'd probably have to put out another price, 7 to 10 pounds, just to fill out a little more as a defensive end. But
Yeah.
they'll probably move him because there's no way they're going to have 3 outside linebackers like that. Who's the other 2 outside linebackers?
They have Lawrence, and the inside linebackers are Jalen Smith and Leighton Van Der Esch. And they got DeMarcus Lawrence and another good player, but not as good as Parsons.
Dude, he runs a 4.36.
That's real fast.
Dude, that's unheard of for someone that size. Dude. That's super fast. He's faster than the wide receivers and running backs almost.
Yeah,
Linebacker.
that's craziness.
He's a tackler, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. But what do you think? We'll do half the draft. We'll do first 16 picks, and then start getting ready for the next couple shows for you guys. Cover the first half of the first round.
See what it's all about. See what else we got ahead of us. We got what? 4 more picks till we got 16 done. So we do about 4 more picks. Run to about 10:30. Club night.
Yeah.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
It's a long day, guys, but we're out here. We're having fun watching the draft. Some things have happened so far. Pretty on schedule, though. Nothing wild.
I think the most surprising thing so far was the Cowboys-Eagles trade.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a weird trade.
Jalen Smith, a guy that he's going to join now because remember before Jalen
Wow, that's weird. They play just like each other.
Yeah.
But that's another thing, too. The Cowboys are one of those teams, like, they'll get this guy, and then after one season, they'll get rid of Jalen Smith. They do weird stuff like that, you know what I mean? They draft a guy that's like a guy, let them play together for a year, and then they get rid of the one guy.
For sure, man.
Congrats, brother.
Number 12 is overall up where he belongs.
That's awesome. These kids get drafted and it changes their life. That's what the best part is.
If I was one of those dudes, like, the first thing I would do was buy a house.
Exactly. For sure. Chargers are on the clock. Who do the Chargers go with? Slater?
Heck yeah.
Gotta go, right?
Heck yeah. Dude, I tell you what, though, the craziest thing I ever seen on the draft last year was CD Lamb. He went like this. He was like sitting. He got drafted. He's like, yes, he celebrates, and his phone's on the couch. And his girlfriend picks up his phone and starts going through his text messages. And he snatches it out of her hand, and he's got this look on his face like, what the heck did you do that for?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my God, did that really just happen in the NFL draft live? I can't believe that just happened.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts last year. Oh, wow. Okay.
And you know, me and the boy Jalen Smith and Vanguard's out there, let's turn it up. We're gonna make it LBU again.
Fans love hearing that.
LBU over there in Dallas.
Justin Herbert's already there. Who do they want with him? Trey Lance.
That's crazy. Tears filled in Cleveland tonight for sure.
4 picks to go.
Chargers, Vikings, Patriots, Cardinals. So we know Patriots are taking Mac Jones, probably. The pick is in for the Chargers, fellas.
I think they go Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
Got a block for their Herbert. Justin Herbert's there. He's going to need someone to block for long term.
Exactly.
I mean, Wilson, he already has the big ticket protecting his blind side, so the Jets don't have to be aggressive for an offensive line. That's why I think they could go running back or corner or edge rusher. They're really the only 3 positions they really need.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying the only positions they need, but they addressed a lot of position free agency. So sometimes you can't. You know, like, it's weird. Like, you look at the Dolphins, they were like the Jets almost this year. You know, they're in a position where they ended up getting the 5th pick in the draft. They were like, what, 3-13. And then they draft Tua, and they had a good offseason. They missed the playoffs this year by a game, remember?
Yeah. Richard, Buffalo's not going to win the Super Bowl, man. Sorry to tell you. It's just a curse. You got to get Jim Kelly out of there. That's the problem. Got to get Jim Kelly out of there, man. But hey, I hope it's Packers Bills Super Bowl every year. Hope it gets there at one point in our lifetime. But the pick is in. Chargers are up. Pick 13, the first round, 2021 NFL Draft. So, you guys like the pick so far, or surprised by anything? What do you think?
What do you guys think is going to be the next team to trade up? You think we're going to have another first-round trade up or what?
I hope the Packers trade up. The schedule for the NFL releases, and it's going to tell me in a second here.
Biggest season ever, they're saying.
May 12th is the release.
Devontae Smith.
Wow. The pick is in.
Who do you guys think the Chargers are going to grab here, guys? Think they're going to go offensive
They
line?
got to go offensive line. I do think they do. They don't need an edge rusher.
They don't have a left tackle right now, Rich. Rashawn Slater, to me, is the best left tackle in the draft. I like him even better than Nate Sewell. He's still there. I did not think this would happen. He would be there for the Chargers. Here's the commissioner.
They're thinking that they're going to go with the left tackle Slater. So let's see if they're right. They should be. He should be there.
With the 13th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Rashawn Slater.
Yep, Rashawn Slater.
They picked the
Offensive
tackle.
tackle. Northwestern.
Thanks, Wavy. I appreciate it, man. Took him.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, James. Wow, that's he's another guy that sat out though. The top two offensive linemen sat out. It's tough.
Hey, yeah. But hey, offensive line, you can blow your knee out at any point. You know?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. That dude plays so much tougher than he looks.
Yeah.
He looks like the dude that incognito bullied the football. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Richie Martin? What's his name? Richie Incognito. Zach Martin was his name.
No, Zach Martin's a Cowboys center, left guard.
His name was Martin, I think.
His name was
But yeah, he kind of looks like that guy. You know what I mean? But he's nasty, dude. Rashawn Slater plays real nasty.
for sure.
6'4", 304, runs a 4.88 40.
He's fast for a whole line.
He just doesn't look.
I'm talking about Jonathan Martin. Yeah.
He just doesn't look like that tough dude that he is. You know what I mean? Like he's got that smile, happy. He looks like he's a big teddy bear, but he's vicious on football.
He battled Chase Young. That's what's the honest thing. That's what. Yeah, that was very good.
That was perfect.
Jackson.
Dude, his footwork's amazing. That's what I noticed the most every time his footwork watch.
He can pull as a tackle.
See how quick he is with his feet?
Boom, got that.
His feet are amazing for a big man.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Boom! You better light that dude up. Definitely took him right off the field. Good hit.
Yeah, that was a great pick for them.
For sure. That dude's anchoring the left side of the line for 10 years. There we go. I appreciate y'all all for tuning in, man. It's very awesome. Thank you, guys. This guy right here put in a lot of work.
Hey, at least you guys could say you were with us from the beginning, very first episode. Our quality will get better. Our content will get better. We'll have more merchandise soon, guys. We're still growing. This is just the first episode. We got a lot to
The
go.
Jets just traded in back into the first round, pick 14. The Jets just traded back up. Who are they going? Oh, man. The Jets have traded from pick 23 to back in to take 2 picks in the first round in the top 14.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. The Jets ain't playing. Sewell comes in and said, Salah says, nah, we're going heavy.
They must have heard you say the top 16 picks that were out tonight. Yeah, they're like, all right, let me get another pick in for my boy.
Who are they going, though? Who's left?
Let me see who's left on the
The
main
big
board.
board. Let me get the big board pulled back up.
They need a running back, an offensive line, an edge, and a corner. So which one is best? They might go Gregory Rousseau, bro. They love him. They're going Greg Rousseau, guys.
I can't. That's a shock. Who's left? Christian Barrymore. They got Mac Jones. Obviously, they're not going him. They already took a corner.
Darashaw's good too.
They don't really need a safety.
No.
They're not going safety. Bateman.
Yeah, they got so many receivers now. They can
Awusa Caruso or whatever his name is. Greg Newsome.
They're going cornerback, running back, edge. Cornerback, running back, edge, or offensive line. So what's the best available? Which four? I would say they're most likely going to go with an edge or an offensive line.
They're thinking Jeremiah Owasu, who is the #1 guy left right now. Elijah Vera Tucker.
They love Elijah Vera Tucker too.
Oh, guard.
Yeah. They get Elijah Vera Tucker. The pick is in, guys. The pick
is in. They had a guy they wanted, and they came in firing.
All right, I got the Jets hat back on.
Maybe they thought somebody else was going to go with ETN. Maybe they're going with him now.
I don't see them trading up from that. Just because there's some guys that like the third round, second round. I think it's going to either be the cornerback Newsome or it's going to be Elijah Vera Tucker or Russell. Them are my 3.
Yeah. What about Quiddy Pay?
Jordan knows he shouldn't need this entire bowl.
Wouldn't surprise me. The Jets love to build their own defensive line.
Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized his sign.
I'm going to go with.
What about Asante Samuel Jr.?
Maybe they go Darashaw. They're going Darashaw. That's what I'm going with. Darashaw. They're going to go with Darashaw.
No tackle?
Yep.
For the right side?
Yeah. Build that line. You build him 2 massive tackles, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Get him Creed Humphrey with the second round pick if they still have it. I don't know what they traded for this pick.
It's going to pop up here soon.
They probably traded a first this year and something next year for it.
Well, they don't have. Yeah,
They got mad draft picks.
Who'd they trade with?
They got Seahawks draft picks and they got this draft picks from Darnold.
What if they go Caleb Farley?
They could go Caleb Farley.
I don't know. Let's see. That's crazy.
Let's go. Let's go. Na 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 na. Let's go. Let's go.
Woo. I don't know. This is crazy. Let's go.
Shabam.
They traded out to the Vikings, got the 23rd overall pick and the 3rd round picks later in the draft that they received from the Jamal Adams trade. Hmm.
We've worked with Joe Douglas, who's a good friend of both of ours. He believes in the offensive line. He showed it last year with his first pick in Makai Becton to anchor that left
Elijah
tackle position. Elijah Vera Tucker is the best guard
Vera
in this
Tucker.
year's draft class. He's still sitting out there. He's a perfect fit with the New York Jets.
Vera Tucker would be amazing.
What'd they say?
Vera Tucker.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They got an edge and a receiver, which was smart. They didn't have to go after that draft.
Yeah.
Now you literally got to get a cornerback, a line, and then after this you need a running back and a cornerback. And then edge you don't really need a lot.
If they could get. So do they still have a pick in the second round?
Yeah, they still got their second round pick. They got rid
Dude,
of.
they got if they go Javonte Williams, running back from North Carolina. He's the best running back in the draft. He's better than ETN. I'm telling you, if they go him in the second round, that's huge.
This is crazy.
Here comes the Jets' second round pick. Or first round pick, 14.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
The Vikings have traded the 14th pick to the New York Jets.
Vera Tucker.
14th pick in the 2021
Who is it?
draft. The New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker.
They went with him, Vera Tucker.
Got their line.
USC.
2 for 2. You can't go back. Man, they got 2 top 14 picks.
Let's go.
Dude, he's not bad either.
The fam cam.
6'4.5", 308, 5'10". They
Pretty good.
traded the 14th and the 144 for the 23rd, 66, and 86. That's not that bad.
No, it's good.
Because they're still, and they didn't give up nothing in the future. They got all their future picks next year. You basically just got a star quarterback and a star offensive line.
For sure, dude.
Dude, left guard. They're going to be nasty on the line. Dude, what if they get Creed Humphrey with the 34th pick, which is their second?
And who's their center?
They got the other dude, but they can move him, McGovern. They can move him to guard. Connor McGovern.
This Mid-Atlantic spot, I think a lot of people thought all along the New England Patriots. They love Mac Jones. At his worst, he is Andy Dalton. At his best, sky's the limit. That is a possibility. Josh McDaniels and the Patriots perhaps will do all the quarterback workouts. We will see if that
What
is
did the Chargers get again?
The Chargers true.
Jets traded with them.
The Jets traded them. And they just drafted the other lineman, Slater.
Sean Slater.
Pick is in for the Patriots. The pick is in. New England. They're going Mac Jones. They got to be going Mac Jones, guys. Have to be going. It's Bob Kraft, some random dude, and Bill Belichick. That's funny. That is funny.
The last 6 drafts, they got 53 players. One combined for their punter. They suck at drafting, bro.
Oh, yeah, Zach. Anthony does got to take the Jets pillow off. Gets
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man. We're doing good tonight, Zach. We're building that line, baby. Got our quarterback. Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Let's go, Mac Jones.
Yeah.
This is guaranteed, Mac Jones.
Got to be Mac Jones. Definitely going to be Mac Jones.
Let's go. Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Mike who? Mike Jones?
Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
To help fight hunger. Don Cox is behind me, a former Marine, saw a need in his community and started providing food to fellow veterans. He and his team have provided
For sure, dude. Mac Jones, New England.
That's got to happen. If that don't happen,
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
That would be the biggest shock if it didn't happen right now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to.
That's probably the last pick that I really can nail down at this point. It's going to be a crapshoot the rest of the way. I like all these vets are bringing up, though. It's so cool.
2021 NFL Draft. The 6-time world champion New England Patriots select Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Look at that, bro. I got all that wrong from 3, and then I got 15 right, though. I got 1, 2, 3, and 15. I got everything in between.
That's pretty cool, though. All right, so we're going to do one more pick.
One more pick, guys. We're going to probably end this live at about 10:30-ish. Get a good 2.5 hours in today. It was definitely nice seeing you guys. Definitely
For sure.
nice chatting. Getting some feedback from you guys. Feedback's always
It's only up from here, man. For sure. It's Mac who?
Matt Ryan's his comparison. All right, that's not too bad.
No.
Tell you what, if he could get his hands on Tom Brady, then the next Matt Ryan, that's not bad back to back.
No.
And you know what's good about him, dude? He gets to sit a year if they need to because they got Cam Newton. They ain't got to rush him. That's the good thing about him. He's 16-1 as a starter.
Yeah, well, he had some really good guys throw the ball to as well.
He's
And
probably
really
the hardest quarterback to really get a feel for what he's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely reads his options. That's a good thing.
And he's obviously was good enough to be recruited by Alabama.
I think he's going to rely more on his intelligence than his passing ability.
Yeah, most likely. Yep. Who's the 16th team?
16 was, I think it was the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals got 16.
Ooh, who do they go?
Maybe do they got a running back?
Yeah, they got Kenyon Drake. I think they go O-line. There's another O-line left, right?
We'll see. I've got a chance to play under some legendary coaches, even in high school, and like you said, with Coach Saban. So I'm looking forward to taking Coach Belichick's coaching. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool. I think they go Darashaw, maybe.
Yeah, they could use some line help.
They might go Darashaw. Or the linebacker there, Jeremiah Owasu.
Richard said they're taking Najee Harris. I think that was on the Patriots, though. Or was that this one, Haskell?
Richard, who are you talking about? You're talking about are you talking about the Cardinals?
That's nice. J.J. Watt, I forgot they grabbed him. He was like the first person to sign. He got cut and signed like the next 3 days later. He signed. They're saying he was going to play with his brother.
Richard says Cardinals. No, they're not going Najee Harris, dude. I don't think it is. I don't think they are.
They might go Najee Harris, but they I don't know. If they got Kenyon Drake, that would make a whole lot of sense. Unless they plan on running the ball even more.
Yeah, unless they think he's so much better.
But that's tough being a running back on that team with Kyler Murray. It really is.
Yeah, I feel like Najee Harris is yeah, that doesn't fit their offense, but We'll
If they
see.
were to get a running back, I think it would be a guy that's more of a catch type running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because look at Fournette. He was a workhorse. He put up 1,000 yards. And they still got rid of him on his team.
Yeah.
And that's because they went with the other dude who was good this year, Robinson. He was a pass catcher. I like ETN if they go running back.
Javonte Williams, man. Telling you that dude's going to be good. Mark it. Check it.
Let's
Book
do
this
this.
time. 2 minutes, 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Javonte Williams. Best running back in the draft. Here's the pick. Zaven Collins.
Tulsa. That was the first surprise.
Yeah.
Anthony Barr.
Hey.
He's a pretty big guy. He runs a 4.65.
That's still a good pick.
That's a really good pick for the defense. All right, there's the next four.
Hey. Want to see who the Raiders go?
Let me do one more.
Do one more.
Call it a day at 10:30. Give it a few more minutes.
Our constituents, Americans, beer drinkers. I asked for a mini consideration of the Bud Light Summer.
RB's the Buffalo. Telling you want Javonte Williams, man. But a running back would definitely help Josh Allen a lot. Take some pressure off him. But we'll see. We will see.
So tomorrow's what, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then Saturday's 5th, 6th, 7th?
Yep. No, I think it's just the 2nd and the 3rd.
There's the next day. The Jets got rid of both their 3rds.
Yep.
And that trade for that 1st and 4th. But they got the 34th tomorrow. That's definitely going to be running back. Honestly though, as crazy as it sounds, if they truly wanted to build you, they should go Creed Humphrey.
Yeah.
That way you got 3 young offensive linemen forever. You know what I'm saying? And then just build your playmakers from there. Build your defense from there.
Rich Eisen has run the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. 40 blocks. 40 blocks. Here we go. We got 3 minutes to the pick.
A lot of people were saying the Packers we're going to take Zaven Collins.
I wouldn't want him. I feel like they need
At 29. They need defense for sure, but I don't think it's in the first round this year.
I think when they get up, they're going to go wide receiver. That's just what I think. They could,
if they really want to give Aaron Rodgers a slap in the face, they'll draft another defense player.
What if they draft Kyle Trask? Dude, he'd be like, he's going to go straight to Twitter. I'm done with football. I'm only coming back to the Packers if they promise me 3rd straight.
I only want to sit there and not play.
I will only play if both quarterbacks get hurt. Zach Wilson, baby. That was the pick of the day. Look at him. Look at Trevor Lawrence. Sunshine! Lance. You know what's crazy? I knew it was Trey Lance too the whole time. Everyone talked Mac Jones.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense. You know, he was always projected outside of the top 10 for the longest time. And he doesn't run their style of offense. Honestly, New England's the perfect place for his style of offense.
It is.
Because he's more of a thinker and smart, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you got the mindset better than the talent, you need the coaching staff to put you in the position to be successful. And I think that's what's going to happen to Mac Jones in New England. He's going to be put in that position. They're going to be good in a couple of years with him, probably.
Everyone's saying that they should pick.
Fully vaccinated.
They should have Aaron Rodgers show up to do the first round pick.
This year we're drafting my replacement. I'm here to let you guys know.
The chance that Matt has the volume up on that TV, it's 0%.
We are committed to Aaron Rodgers in 2021 and beyond. Aaron is a vital part of our success.
The pick
We
is
look forward to competing for another championship and completing our team. Jeez. Ruggs, Arnett, Cleveland, Farrell.
Who are they going?
They're going with Newman.
Newsom? Greg Newsom? Yeah.
They might go with another corner.
They might go with that safety, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them, too.
Two corners and a linebacker, and then two linebackers. Andy Collins just went. There's a lot of talented defensive players on the board. We'll see who comes out of the.
He asks all the fans each time if they want to go up and read it. And half of them are like, "No, I'm all right. I'll just sit in this chair." I'm going up there.
In the 2021 NFL draft.
I'm going up there.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
Hey.
That's a shock.
Yeah.
Interesting pick because you talk to people around the league, they're all over the map on Ellis Leatherwood. Some really like him, some struggle with him. He's played a lot of football in Alabama, started a lot of offense. He's got quick feet. You see that on the bottom open skate. There's some technique stuff where he kind of opens that outside gate and allows some pressure. He needs to clean that up. He showed up at the Senior Bowl. But when he gets his hands on it, he's powerful. He's strong.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want.
That was a shocker pick.
For sure. He's not even on the big board right now.
The good thing is once this first round's over, they'll kind of have an idea of where we're headed into tomorrow for the draft for every team. Because there's a lot of guys in that top 10 or 15 picks in the second round that are going to slide into the first round.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's the top 60 player, he said. Yeah,
He was like 48th on most mock draft simulators. He was in the late 40s and stuff.
Wow.
So he's like a mid-second round pick for that pick in the mid-first round.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's need, you know what I mean? Maybe they've seen 3 or 4 linemen and they were just like,
all right. So, I'll put it on to her. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This was episode 1 of Tin Roof Sports. Many more to come. We got through 17 picks of the first round, 2 Jets picks. Keep you guys posted on the Packers pick. I have no idea where they're going. So
we'll be back next week, guys. Probably Thursday as well. We'll have another episode for you guys.
All right, guys. Again, TWINSPIRES. Links below.
Sign up. Sign up.
And hit the follow like button. But until next time, guys. Thank you. See you later.